Sandro Botticelli, a master of his craft. He's known for creating several paintings, good paintings too, at that. Like this one, which is titled "The Birth of Venus." But as contrary to what the name suggests, this painting includes nothing about birth or contractions or pushing or shoving a baby out of the womb. No, there's nothing here about that. It's a woman already fully grown, but how does that happen? Well, we'll get into that. First, we have to examine the positions of the characters before we get into the background. First of all, we've got this beautiful naked woman in the front here. Well, not entirely naked. She's covering her vag. But, you know what? I don't know why Sandro Botticelli... he's good at what he does, so I'm sure he knows something that I don't. I don't know why he would cover the nips and not just... Or, like, uncover the nips and not just go all the way. You know? I feel like that's, like, kind of an oversight. If it were me, I would have made her completely naked, everything all hanging loose. You know, it's kind of like a one-piece bathing suit, right? Except not in the way you think. It's like the top is all hanging out. But it's just the vag that's covered up by her hair and hand. So here we've got Aphrodite in the middle. If you didn't know, this is her, right? And you can tell it's her because Aphrodite is the Greek name for the goddess Venus. Venus is in the title of the painting. She's the central figure, as the name of the painting implies. And she's just standing here on a seashell. And as you can see, she's kind of the center as well, because like everyone in the painting revolves around her, right? Even it seems like it's just like, yeah, you've got this woman over here on the right encompassing her in this blanket. And then this guy on the left, Zephyr, blowing like that at her. You know, speaking of Zephyr, I don't understand why they leave all the woman's nipples out and then they make a specific, like, he very intentionally puts a falling flower directly in front of this male man's nipple. You know? Why are they not all naked? Why is there not wind god dick swang-a-langin' down on the bottom there? Why is there a robe? I don't know. So, yeah, that's like the end of that segment, I guess. Right? Let me check my notes real quick. Zephyros, sorry, not Zephyr. Okay. So, Aphrodite's background. Where did she come from? Maybe this will explain why it's called the Birth of Venus. Aha. Aphrodite, there's no way of sugarcoating this. She comes straight from some old man nuts, but not in the way you might think once more. This painting is good at subverting expectations. See, Kronos, the Titan god of time, had a kid named Zeus, right? And Zeus was pretty PO'd with his dad. It was like, yo, dude, you're kind of like being a tyrant and stuff. And his dad was like, nuh-uh. And then Zeus, in a fit of rage, castrated his father's testicles and threw them off a cliff. And, well, this is one story. And Aphrodite, sprouted out from the sea foam. Probably sperm, right? Because sea foam is whale sperm, like on the beach. That's whale nut. So I guess that makes sense. So when the nuts hit the water, the semen spewed out and created sea foam, and out stepped Aphrodite on this beautiful seashell for some reason, which is not explained anywhere that I could find. I mean, I could not find a single piece of information about this fucking seashell. I really don't get it. And speaking of seashell, we see these characters here. Their sizes are probably illusions. take a look at this. What if Aphrodite is actually close to the camera and the other two are just really far away? So they look about her size, but in reality they are much bigger. Or, consider this. What if Aphrodite looks to be close to the camera, but is in reality much farther away? So the two around her look to be her size, but in reality she is much bigger. Isn't that concerning? I thought so. Wait. Oh, old man nuts. So, Aphrodite popped out of the nut, and she came up on land. Well, kind of. Again, she's riding a seashell. So Zephyros, this guy right here on the left, this guy, let me circle him. This guy, not the woman, the guy with the brown hair, he blew her to shore for reasons unknown. Maybe because, men will do anything for a hot lady, So, I think that's probably why. And he's got a belly button, which means he has a mom of sorts. Whoa! 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 Why does Aphrodite have a belly button? I didn't even have this prepared in my notes. Why does Aphrodite have a belly button? She does not have a mom or dad. Again, no mention of pushing or contractions or labor anywhere. She came from old man nuts. There's no umbilical cord. Why does she have a belly button? Shouldn't it be like a... What's that one guy without a belly button? Fart. I don't know his name. Why does she have... That's so dumb. Dude, maybe this guy's not as good as everyone says he is. Sandro Botticelli has to take a rain check. Where is this guy? Can someone find him and send me his email so I can chat with him? This is not okay. This is not professional. In the Jenner, how big is this ear? In the minuscule 26, but kind of big. How are we allowing this? I don't understand. Sandro Botticelli, you dog. And here we come to the crux of my analysis. The idea that Sandro Botticelli, who I thought was a master up until about 30 seconds ago, uses colors to his advantage to tell a story with just a single unmoving frame. What do we know about color palettes? We see that on the left side, you got this guy blowing. What's he wearing? Blue. Oh. What's this lady wearing over here? Green. Ooh. What color are this guy's wings? Green. Ooh. What color's the ocean? Blue. Ooh. What color are these flowers? Green. Stemmed, green-leaved, but with a hint of pink. Woo! What do we know about green and blue? They are cool colors. Cool colors are typically associated with, as their name implies, colder times. Oh, wow. Yes. Maybe winter. Maybe fall, autumn. That's my theory as to why this woman here, not Aphrodite, has red hair. It's autumn-esque. Bye, Jenner. It's autumn-esque. Yes. This is the season of fall and the season of winter. Entwined. Clinging to one another for dear life. What happens in the fall and what happens in winter? Leaves start to tumble from their stems. Oh, from their branches. Oh, and plants die. Oh, things are brown and sad. Yuck. Oh no. Things die. You know what else is sad and nasty and shriveled up? Just like plants in winter? old man nutsack. Aphrodite's story is the same as that of the calendar year, the seasonal year, the 4-seasonal year that you typically find in the northwestern hemisphere of the globe. This right here is the early stages. Bloody, mutilated old man testes thrown into the water from up high. Boom! Hit the water with a splash. Out goes the sea foam. Flowers scatter. Then you have a hint of pink. Ooh. What does that mean? We get over to this side of the painting. Red hair blown to Aphrodite's left side, the right side of the painting. Red. Pink. Red. This big, enveloping, comfortable robe, blanket. Red hair. These are the colors of a warmer time. Spring, summer. Aphrodite is well on the way to the prime of her life as a Greek goddess. Soon she will be in the heat of things. But for now, life's a breeze. Okay. Take a chill pill. Let's take a step back. Why do we think any of this matters? It's because Sandro Botticelli wanted to tell us that no matter how hard things are at the start of life, no matter whose testicles you come from, you can be a naked Greek goddess whose body men would have fought for, covering your vagina with your long red hair and leaving your nipples out for all to see, and get taken in by a woman to your left who's holding a big pink-red robe with plants on it. You too can be Aphrodite, a symbol of love and beauty. You too can be a Greek goddess. It's beautiful, isn't it? Oh. Or it would be if vag and dick were swang-a-langin' everywhere. I want to see beef curtains and I want to see meat logs out. They're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found. Why? Why? Sandro Botticelli is a fickle man that lacks commitment. Why? His nip, I guess for the man, you know what? He's modest, right? He covers the man's nip, so maybe the dong-along doesn't need to come out. This nip is out, right? She's covered up. From a perspective sense, yeah, go for it. Why not? Why is Venus, the goddess of beauty and love, not showing her whole body for all to see? If there's one woman that should be confident in her body, it's the goddess of beauty. But she's covering herself modestly. That's because she's still in the spring. She's got some time to grow. Even goddesses start out maybe not at their fullest potential. Again, from old man nuts you come. You can better yourself, but still in that stage of betterment, you're not always going to be perfect. You'll make lapses in judgment. You'll fail to act on your ideals. You'll fail to properly represent yourself the way that you think people should see you. You'll make stupid decisions. You'll be a bad person. But you'll warm up. You'll be blown in the right direction by those around you, caring, half-naked men. And you'll be taken in by new friends and new family, and old friends and old family. On your left, and you'll be wrapped in a blanket. But you'll cast that blanket off, not out of a lack of gratefulness, but because you're comfortable in your own body and you're not allowed to let your curtains hang. You don't need no man, but you don't need no robe either. You're letting it out for all to see. Thank you.